Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. Today is day 23 of hot summer and I am sure you have already been enjoying this series thus far. Today we are going to venture into the geometry part and as you can see the topic for today is mensuration. It involves 2D and 3D mensuration. Primarily you will get questions from three-dimensional mensuration, like if you see the past year papers, the questions have been from cones, cylinders, spheres, hemispheres, etc. There are chances that you might get 2D mensuration as well, and if you get, then you have on quadrilaterals, maybe on circles, etc. So today we are going to solve some questions from this topic, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media platforms. So this is the schedule. We are on day 23. If you have not yet watched the first 22 classes, ensure that you watch all those and the upcoming classes as well. And I assure you that watching this 30-day series will change the way you solve problems and will help you boost your confidence for CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. In case you are preparing for CAT and are looking for a structured preparation, we are offering discount on our current CAT batch. So you can use the code HOT to get 20% off till the end of this month. So let's begin today's class, and as a ritual, please try to solve the question on your own. Pause the video, solve the question. If you are unable to get the answer, then look at the solution. And even if you have solved it, watch the solution to see the optimum method of approaching the question. So here's the first question. We are starting with a sitter. It says a sheet of paper in the square shape is rolled along its length to make it a cylinder. What is the ratio of the base radius to the side of the square? Okay, so this is a direct ratio based question. So one needs to visualize that this is a square sheet, and when you roll it to make a cylinder, what will happen? This length, or you can say the height of the cylinder, would remain the same, but this side, let's say this side is A, becomes the circumference of the cylinder. Okay, so this becomes the circumference of this circle. So A is equal to 2 pi r. So you need to find the ratio of base radius to the ratio of side. So you need to find r upon A. R upon A is going to be 1 upon 2 pi. So in this you might get questions like they might give you the dimensions of the square sheet, they might give you the perimeter of the sheet, okay, or the area of the sheet, and ask anything related to the let's say area of the surface area of the cylinder or volume of the cylinder. So this is a basic question which tests the relation between R and A, which is the side of the square. So based on this you might be asked questions on finding their areas, or their or one of the values is given. Let us say the area of the square is given, you need to find the volume of the cylinder, etc. If you know this relation, you can easily find those values. The combined volume of a cylinder and a cone is 2190 pi centimeter square. The radius of both is the same, that is 10 centimeter. The height of the cone is 15 centimeter. Find the ratio of the height of the cone, height of the cylinder to height of the cone. Okay, so we have a cone and a cylinder. Okay, so we have R, H and volume. So radius of both is same, that is 10. So both of them have the radius 10, and height of the cylinder, we need to find the ratio of height of cylinder to height of cone. We are given the height of the cone is 15 centimeter. So cylinder, let's say the height is h. So cone, the height is the volume is pi 1/3 pi r square h, and this is pi r square h. Okay, so the total volume is given to us 2190 pi. So we can take r is same for both. It is given that r is same, so we can take pi r square common. This is h upon 3 plus h, that is equal to 2190 pi. So put the values of r and h. So pi gets cancelled. R is 10, so r square is 100, and this h is 15. Okay, so let's write this as h here, not to get confused. So this is 15, so this will become 5 plus h is equal to 2190. So 5 plus h is 21.9, so h is 16.9. okay, so so h is 16.9. we need to find the height of cylinder to height of cone. So 169 ratio 150. Easy question based on the formula of the volumes of cone and cylinder. The radius of a cone is 10 centimeter. The ratio of curved surface area to the total surface area of the cone is 4:5. Find the slant height of the cone. Again, a very basic question on the conceptual of cone. So when we have this cone, this is the slant surface and this is the base. So this is the or you can say that the curved surface and the base. So curved surface and this is the base. So total surface area is curved surface area plus area of base. So it says the ratio of curved surface area to the total surface area is 4:5. So that means this is 4 and base is 1. So this is 4:1. Okay. Radius is 10 and we need to find the slant height. Okay. So radius is 10. That means this is 10 and this is, we need to find this slant height. So the area of this part is pi r l, okay, and this area is pi r square. It is given that pi r l upon pi r square is 4:1. That is given to us. Okay, since it is 4:5, so curved surface area upon area of base will be 4:1. So pi r get cancelled. So L is 4 times of radius, which is 40 centimeter. The next question, a solid cone of maximum volume is cut out from a solid cylinder of radius 21 centimeter and height 15 centimeter. What is the volume of the remaining solid portion? So we have one cylinder and we have a cone being cut off from it. So it says that the cone should have the maximum volume. So maximum volume will happen when the height of the cone is same as the height of the cylinder and it covers the entire base. Okay. Now we know that if a cone is there and a cylinder is there, cone is, the volume is 1/3 pi r square h, okay, and cylinder the volume would be pi r square h. Okay, so we are removing this cone from the cylinder, so the remaining part will be 2/3 pi r square h. Okay, so we need to find the volume of the remaining solid portion. So straightforward question, 2/3 pi r square and into h. So 3 into 7 is 21, 21 into 21, 441, and this is 30. So 30 into 21 into 22. No need to multiply, we can just see that 312, the last digit is 6 followed by a 0. So this would be our answer. Water flows into a tank which is 200 meter long and 150 meter wide through a pipe of cross section 0.3 meter into 0.2 meter at 20 km per hour. Then the time in hours for the water level in the tank to reach 8 meter is. So there is a simple concept in this way. So whatever is the surface, let's say it is a cuboidal tank, right? You might have a cylindrical tank also, anything. So volume filled is equal to area of cross section into speed of water. So that is volume filled per second, okay, into time will give you the total volume filled into the tank, right? Now we need to find the raise in water level, okay. So, or you can say that the volume is basically, this is the area, and we must also know that volume is area into the third dimension. Here it is height, sometimes it can be length, it can be width, it can be height. So volume is that base area into height, okay. So this is the volume. So we will just equate these two things. So volume is 200 meter into 150 meter into 8, that is equal to area of cross section is 0.3 into 0.2 into, so this is area of cross section. Then speed of water is 20 km per hour, so we can make it 20,000, okay. And then we have t is the time that is takes. So we can get the value of t is equal to, let's simplify things. We will since we are not given options, if we were given options then we would have directly eliminated the zeros here, but here we need to be careful while eliminating the zeros. So this is 3 zeros, so we will remove 3 zeros from here and this, so it becomes 2 into 15 into 8 upon 0.3 into 0.2 into 20, okay. So this becomes 10 times 0.2 and this becomes 2 times. So 15, this is this becomes 3 into 5 is 15, so this is 50. So 50 into 8 by 2 or 50 into 4, that is 200. So it will take 200 hours to fill the tank by 8 meter. Okay, simple question, but you just need to be meticulous while putting in the values, because the units are different. Like one says about kilometer per hour, okay, and at places you have the dimensions in centimeters. Had it given 30 centimeter and 20 centimeter, you would have to convert into meters. So you need to be careful only in these things, otherwise such questions are quite simple to do, because you just have to equate volume. Volume is equal to area of cross section, that is the area of the cross section of the pipe, into speed of water into the time it is the water is flowing into the tank. And volume is also area of the you would say the base into height. So it could be a cylindrical tank, okay, with cylindrical pipes. It could be a like the pipe could be of any shape, like it could be a cylindrical pipe, it could be a square pipe, it could be a triangular pipe. The concept remains same, that the volume filled is area of cross section into speed of water into time. So these were some easy questions. Now we will move on to some advanced questions on mensuration. So please do like this video if you are enjoying this series. Two spherical iron balls, each of diameter 6 cm, are immersed in the water contained in a cylindrical vessel of radius 6 cm. The level of water in the vessels will be raised by, okay. So just again visualize the same problem. It is identical to the one which we did in the previous question, okay. So when you immerse something in a liquid, the volume displaced is equal to the volume of the object that you are putting into the tank, okay. So volume, now we need to tell the volume of water in the vessel that will be risen. So volume of water will be equal to, there are two balls, so volume of balls, okay. Now volume is area into height, like it is identical to the previous question, just the difference is here we have spherical balls and we have a cylindrical vessel. In the previous case it was a cuboidal one. So we will just put volume of water, that is you can call it pi, since it's a cylinder, pi r square Now the radius is 6 and volume of water is like into h. We need to find the height, right? So that is h, that is equal to volume of balls. So 2 balls, spherical balls. So spherical balls, the volume is, so you need to know the volumes of different, you need to know the formula, like what is the formula for volume of a sphere, surface area of a sphere, etc. So 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now the balls have diameter 6 centimeter, so radius will be 3, so 3 cube, or you could directly write 27 also. So pi gets cancelled, so we can easily find h will be equal to 8 by 3 into 27 and by 36, because this 36 will come in the denominator here. Okay, so we have 3 by 4 and 3 gets cancelled. It's 2. Remember this, such questions are very easy. Okay, you won't take much time to solve those questions. You need to be aware of is the formula for different things, like you should know what is the volume of so and so object, what is the formula for surface area, and these are very standardized questions. In most of these questions you do not have to think out of the box as to how you are going to solve the problems. Let's move on to the next question. Now this is an interesting one. It is that unconventional problem. P and Q are running on the circumference of 2 concentric circles. The larger circle's radius is half of the circumference of the inner circle. So there are 2 circles, one is inner circle and one is outer circle. You do not need to draw a diagram in order to solve this question, but in order to visualize the problem, I'll show it through this diagram. So we have P runs on the larger circle, okay, and Q on the smaller circle. Now it is given that both complete the round at the same time. So that means it does not mean their speed is same. Their speed is definitely different. Okay, so that is they will complete in the proportion they are running. If both of them run on the larger circle, P will beat Q by 75 meter when they run in the same direction. You need to find the circumference of the larger circle. Okay, so let us pay attention to this. The larger circle's radius is half of the circumference of the inner circle. So let us say the radius of inner circle is r. Okay, so what is its circumference? Circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, circumference of inner circle. So radius of the larger circle is half of this. So radius of outer circle is equal to half of this, that is pi r. Okay, what will be the circumference of outer circle? 2 pi r, so 2 pi into pi r, so 2 pi square r. Okay, so circumference of outer circle is 2 pi r square, 2 pi square r. Now both of them running on the larger circle. So when both of them run on the larger circle, okay, or let us do one thing, we can find the ratio of their speeds because they take the same time. See, the ratio of the distance covered is, distance is directly proportional to time. Okay, so they are covering in the same time. That means the direction, the distance covered by them will be in the proportion of the their speed will be in the proportion of the distance covered by them. So the distance covered by them outer upon inner is 2 pi square r upon 2 pi r. Okay, so we get the ratio is pi. Okay, so the ratio is pi, which is 22 by 7. So in the time, let's say this distance is 22x, so this will be 7x. Now when both of them run on the same circle, P runs 22x and Q has run only 7x. So P will beat by Q by, that is 15x, which is 75 meter. So that means x is equal to 5, or we need to find the circumference of the larger circle. The larger circle is 110 meters. So this is how we will solve it. So you need to find the relation between the circumference of the outer and inner circle. So the ratio gives the ratio of distance covered by them. So the distance covered by them in the ratio is 22:7, right? So when they run on the same circle, P will complete 22x and reach this point, and Q has covered only 7x, and hence P beats Q by 75. So we get the value of x and hence the circumference of the outer circle. The sum of the perimeters of an equilateral triangle and a rectangle is 90 centimeter. The area T of the triangle and the area R of the rectangle, both in square centimeter, satisfy this relation that R is equal to T square. If the sides of the rectangle are in the ratio 1:3, we need to find the length of the longer side of the rectangle. Okay, so this is a good question from two-dimensional mensuration. So we have one triangle and another we have a rectangle. The sides are in the ratio 3:1. Okay, now let's say this is the side length is A of the equilateral triangle. So what is the area of this? So this is T, this is R. The area is √3/4 A square. The area of the triangle and area of rectangle have this relationship that R is equal to T square. Okay, so area is this. The area of rectangle is square of this, so which is 3A square by 16. Okay, the sides are in the ratio 3:1. So we have 3x square is equal to 3A square by 16. X is equal to A by 4. So this is A by 4 and this is 3A by 4. Now we are given that the sum of perimeters is 90 centimeter. So what is the perimeter of this? Perimeter of this is 3A and this is 3A by 4 plus A by 4 is A, and again A plus A is 2A. Okay, so we get this as total perimeter is given as 90. Okay, so if you add it, this will be A plus A, that is 90. Now this is 90 and so A is 18 and we need to find the longer side of the rectangle. So 3A one ratio 3. So this adds to A, this adds to another A. 2A is the perimeter. So A is 18, then it is 3 into 18 by 4, which is 13.5 would be the answer. Okay, so this is the total the length of the longer side of the rectangle. Here's the next question. It says a tent has a cylindrical base and a conical top. The height of the tent is 61 meter and that of the cylindrical portion is 40 meter and the radius of the tent is 28 meter. What is the total area of cloth required to make the tent? Okay, so these are like you would call conjoint figures, wherein you have a cylindrical cone and cylinder. It could be any other thing. So we have a tent, there is a cylinder on the base and cone on the top. Okay, so this is height of the tent is 61, this height is 61 and the cylindrical portion is 40. So this part is 40 and this part will be 21 and the radius of the tent is 28. Okay, now we need to find the total area of cloth required to make the tent. So total area of cloth will be the curved surface area. So we will find the curved surface area of this part and curved surface area of the lower part. Okay, Now curved surface area of a cone is pi r L, and this is 2 pi r h. Okay, so if you look at this 2128, this is going to be 35 because 3:4:5 wala triangle. Okay, so this is 2128, so slant height is 35. Now we will add this, we have to find the total area. So pi r L, so pi r we will take common, L plus 2h. Okay, so we can directly substitute the values here and calculate it. So pi r is 28, radius of the dent is 28, L plus 2h, L is 35 and h is not 61. We have to just deal with the cylinder. Okay, so that is 40. So 40 into 2 is 80. So this is 115. So we will get 22 into 460. So that should be our answer. 10120. So we can just use this, that last two digits are 0 and 2. That will be the total area of cloth required to make this tent. Alright, so let's move to the next question. It says a solid is in the form of a right circular cylinder with hemispherical ends. So there is a cylinder and there are hemispherical ends on both sides. The total length of the solid is 35 centimeter. Fine, this is 35. The diameter of the cylinder is 1/4 of its height. So if this radius is r, okay, it is talking about the diameter of the cylinder. Okay, you need to find the surface area of the solid. So this is r, so diameter will be 2r. It is 1/4 of its height, so height should be 8r. So this is 8r. Okay, now this is 8r, this, the hemispherical will have this r and this as r. So 10r is 35, so r is equal to 3.5. Okay, so basically we can get this as 28 and this is 3.5 and this is like radius is 3.5, so total is 35. You need to find the surface area of the solid. Okay, now surface area of the solid can be found out by now if you visualize this, although this is the shape of the figure, we can just say that there is a cylinder and a sphere, because if you cut this hemisphere and this hemisphere and join them, it will become a complete sphere. Okay, so we need to find the surface area of this solid. So we need to find the surface area of this cylinder, only the outer surface area. Okay, we will not consider this surface area because the top and bottom are covered. Plus we will add the surface area of this sphere. Okay, so we have the surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r h. Okay, this is 2 pi r h and this is 4 pi r square. Okay, so we will substitute the value of r later on. So 2 pi r h and 4 pi r square. Now h here is 8r. So we can calculate everything in terms of r and then substitute the value of r. So this is 2 pi r into 8r, so it becomes 16r square. So we can take pi outside, this is 16r square plus 4r square. So pi into 20r square. Okay, so let's put this 22 by 7 into 20. R square is 3.5 into 3.5. It's 2 times, 10 times. So 35 into 22. So 35 into 2 is 70. So 700 plus 70. Answer is 770. So it is just that you just need to visualize how would the figure look like, and need to know that which surface areas need to be calculated. Do we need to calculate the total surface area or the curved surface area of which portion, and then substitute the values and do the calculation. So the area of this solid is 770 centimeter square. It should be centimeter square here, because centimeter cube is for volume. I hope you are enjoying this session thus far, so please don't forget to like this video. Let's move on to the next question. It says that a metallic sheet is of rectangular shape with the dimensions 48 meter into 36 meter. From each of its corner a square is cut off so as to make an open box. If the length of the square is 8 meter, the volume of the box is. So we have a sheet. From each corner we are cutting off a square. So this is 48 into 36. Now when we cut off this square, this is 8 and this is also 8. So the remaining length is 32. Similarly, the remaining height is 20, because we are cutting off 8 and 8 from this side. 8 will be cut off, so we have 20. Now when we make it a box, now let's visualize what will happen when we make it a box. So we will have a surface like this, okay. So it will be a cuboidal surface, isn't it? So this is 32 into 20, and this surface will have a height of, this will have a height of 8. Okay, so the volume is L into B into H. It was just about visualization. How will the 32 into 20 into 8? So 32, 64 into 8, 512 and a 0, that is 5120. So when you cut squares from it and then fold it up, so that becomes the height. So 8 meter is the height of the box, and 32 by 20 will be the area of that remaining, that will be the area of the remaining, that is the base. A hollow iron pipe is 21 centimeter long and its exterior diameter is 8 centimeter. If the thickness of the pipe is 1 centimeter and the iron weighs 8 gram per centimeter cube, then the weight of the pipe is. So we have a pipe. It's a hollow pipe, okay. So hollow pipe, it says that the exterior diameter is 8 centimeters. So this radius is 4, and we are given that the thickness of the pipe is 1 centimeter. So this is 1 centimeter thick, so that means internal radius is 3. Okay, now that the density is given to us, we need to find weight. Density is weight upon volume, or we need to find the weight. So weight is density into volume of the pipe. Okay, now since it's a hollow pipe, so volume will be outer minus inner volume. Okay, so we have density is 8, right, as it is, by, we have a cylindrical pipe, so by H R square minus R square. Okay, so just put in the values. 8 into 22 by 7. H is 21 centimeter, so 21. R square, outer radius is 4 and inner radius is 3, so 16, and minus 16 minus 9 is 7. Okay, so this is what we will get. Now you need to see this, how much it is in. So the last digit is 6, right? So 6 has to be, so we can eliminate these two options. Now we need to be careful that how much in kgs. This is in grams and this is in, so 400 into 8 would be somewhere 3000, right? 3000 grams. So that means this one would be the answer, 3696. You need not calculate the exact value, because out of the 4 options, you know that 2 of the options end in 8, the last digit has to be 6. You need to think about the magnitude, like whether it will be 36 kg or 3 point something. Okay, so we know that it is 400 into 8 is somewhere around 3000 something. So this has to be 3696 grams, which is 3.696 kgs. Now here's the next one. It says the radius of a cylindrical tank is 3 meter less than the radius of a conical tank. The time taken to fill water in the cylindrical and conical tank at 54 meter cube per second and 66 meter cube per second is 297 seconds and 144 seconds respectively. If the height of the cylindrical tank is same as the height of the conical tank, find the height of each tank. Okay, so we have a cone and a cylinder. So R H volume, we write the expression. So the radius of a cylindrical tank is 3 meter less than the radius of the conical tank. Suppose its radius is R, so cylindrical tank will have a radius of R minus 3. Okay, and then it says the height is the same. So let's say their heights are H and H. Now volume will be what? See, expression wise we can write the volume, that is it will be 1/3 pi R square H, and this will be pi R is R minus 3 square H. Okay, so this is the volume. Now in terms of the data that is given to us, the time taken to fill water in the cylindrical and conical tank at 54/3 meter cube per second. So this is the flow rate, and time is 297. So this is for cylinder. So 54 into 297 and 66 into 144. It is for the cone, right? Now what we will do is we will find the ratio of these two. Okay, so if you find cylinder ratio cone, so we will get R minus 3 का whole square. Okay, H would get cancelled, and when we take this pi will get cancelled. Now this 1/3 is in the denominator. Okay, so let me do it for those who get confused in this. 1/3 pi R square H. So pi gets cancelled, H gets cancelled. So 3 will come to the numerator. Okay, so this is what you will get, and this equals to 54 into 297. Do not multiply 54 and 297, right? So this mistake people would do in this question is they would find the volumes. You do not have to find the volumes. You have to find, to get the ratio of radii, you have to multiply and take the ratio. You will get the ratio of, you will get the radii of two figures like cone and cylinder. Then we will put into the formula and find the heights. Okay, so this and upon this is 66 into 144. Okay, so this is 18 times 18 into 8 is 144. Now if you divide by 11 you will get 6 and 27. Again we can divide, further divide, it will be 3, it will be 9 and 2. So 9 by 16 we get. Now R minus 3 by R ka whole square is 9 by 16. So R minus 3 by R is 3 by 4, which is 9 by 12. So this gives R is equal to 12. Okay, R is 12. Now r is 12, but we are not supposed to tell the radius, we have to find the height. Okay, that is why this question is a very lengthy one. Okay, it is easy in terms of understanding, but lengthy in terms of calculations. Now r is 12. Now we can put in either of the equations here or here, but let's see which would be a better one, because see, r square is 144, so 144 so 144 will get directly removed. In this case it would be 81 and like 297. So you could use in either of those. So I'll use in cone, you try to use in the cylinder, and just let me know in the comments that if using r in the cylinder you got the same answer. Okay, so that's your task. You do it in cylinder, I'll do it for cone. So 1/3 pi is 22 by 7, r square is 144 into h is equal to 66 into 144. So 144 gets cancelled, that's why we put r here. Okay, so h will be equal to, and this is 3 times. Okay, so h is equal to 3 into 7, you will get 63 meters as the height. So this was quite a lengthy problem because of this, but again it can be simplified by taking the ratios instead of calculating the volume. If you calculated using the volume, then you would keep solving this question endlessly, and probably you might even take 8 to 10 minutes to solve just a single question. So it's advisable to understand things and take ratios wherever required. Alright, so let's now do the question which is based on prism. Simple question. I've taken up this question because one must understand that what is a prism. A prism is nothing like it has a polygon as the base on both sides. At both sides you have a polygon, and then you have vertical height. Okay, so like for example, a cuboid is also a prism. There is a triangular prism, anything. So volume of prism is basically area of base into height. Now in this case the area of the base is a trapezium. Okay, so what is the area of trapezium? Half sum of parallel sides into distance between them, right? So n into the height of the prism. So that's all we need to do. So half sum of parallel sides is 7 and 15, 22. Half of it is so we'll write 22 because instead, like, we could have directly written 11, but we have put half, so we'll put the sum of sides. Distance between them, distance between the parallel sides is 8, and the volume is given to us as 1056. We need to find the height of the prism. So h, so this becomes 11 into 8, 88 h. So h is 1056 by 88. Now see, you are given the options. If options were not given, then obviously one must proceed to calculations and do it. If you are given the options, no need to divide by 88 or reduce the number. So you can just see that 8 and the last digit is 6. So 8 into 2 is 6, or 8 into 7 is results in 6 in the end. So we know that only 2 is given, so the answer would be 12. Okay, so these are some techniques in which you can further simplify the last part of calculation and answer instantly. Okay, so now we are going to take up a question on pyramids also. So let us first understand what happens in a pyramid. Like we talked about a prism, we said that it has a polygon surface on both ends. Now a pyramid has a polygon surface at the base, and the other end it's a pointed one. So let's say this is how a pyramid looks like. Okay, and especially a square pyramid. So you can have a triangular pyramid, you can have a square pyramid, anything. Okay, and remember that like if you, in this case we have to find the surface area. Okay, surface area we need to find out. If it's the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 area of base into height. Like you have in case of cone, 1/3 area of base into height. So volume of the pyramid is also 1/3 area of base into height. Now the question is not on volume, it is on surface area. So what it says that there is a square pyramid of height 5 meter that is attached to the top face of a cubical box of side 8 meters. So there is a cubical side here. So we have a cube over here, and on top of that we have a pyramid. So this is the structure that you get. Now it says that the cube is of side 8, so this is 8, 8, 8, and the pyramid exactly covers the top face of the box. So it covers the top face of the box. Now what is the height? The height is the vertical distance from this top point to the midpoint of the face, right? Now we need to find the visible surface area of the combined structure excluding the base of the box. So we need not count the base of the box. So we need to count these 4 surface areas. Like, so if you talk about a cube, right? So cube has 6 faces. So we do not have to count the base. Top is already a pyramid. So we will not count the top, but the surface area of the pyramid and the 4 areas. Okay. So each area is 64. Okay. 8 into 8 is 64. And we have 4 such faces. So for the cuboidal part or cubical part, the area is 256 into 64 into 4, 256. Now this is giving 256, this is giving 256. These two are ruled out. Okay. Now we need to think of this root 41. How do we get this root 41, which you see in 2 of the options? Now in a pyramid, the height is basically, you must understand what is height. Vertical distance from apex. Apex means the top point of a pyramid. Apex to middle of side. So you need to find the vertical distance. You do not have to find, the distance is given to us. So this is the top point and this is the distance is 5. Now this is 4. Okay, so this distance is, like, it is at the midpoint, so this distance is 4. So this height is 5, this height is 4. So slant height is, like, imagine that's a right angle triangle. Height is 5, height is, this distance is 4. So this is the root 25 plus 16, root 41. Okay, now this slant height is the vertical height of this triangle. Okay, what is the area of the triangle? Half base into height. Now this base is 8 and the height is 40, root 41. Now this is area of one triangle. Now this, the base of the triangle is a square, so we will have 4 triangles. Okay, so one triangle is this one, another triangle is this one, third triangle is this one, fourth triangle will be on this side. So if you have a triangular base, you will have 3 triangles on the top. If you have a square base or a rectangular base, you have 4 triangles. If you have a pentagon base, you will have 5 triangles. For hexagon, you have 6 triangles, etc. So this is area of one of the triangles. So if you talk about the triangular part, so we have 4 such triangles. Okay, so one triangle, we found the area, multiply by 4, so we get this is 2 into 8, 16 root 41. Okay, so the total surface area is 256 plus 16 root 41. So 16 can be taken out and 16 plus root 41. So that is our answer. Okay, so if someone took 4 root 41, who would get 4 root 41 if you consider only one triangle? So there are 4 triangles and you have that is the area of these 4 triangles. Okay, so this is how we find the surface area of a pyramid. In this special case, it was given that you have to exclude the area of base. If they had asked that, like, total area of this base, so you would find the area of this base also. Okay, so this is how you visualize a pyramid and solve questions based on it. In case you are preparing for CAT and OMETs, we have a mock test package for both of these. We have CAT mocks which we have launched. The free trial mock is available, and we will be offering 15 full length plus 10 sectionals each in this pack. And for OMETs also we will be providing mocks for NMAT, SNAP. Okay, so for NMAT we will give 10 mocks. Okay, for 20 for SNAP, then there will be 5 mocks for ZAT. For CMAT there will be 10 mocks, MHCT 20 mocks, CUET, MyCat, XGMT, SRCC. So we will cover all these examinations in our mock test package, and the mocks will be quite relevant to the examinations, and as per the latest pattern, the kind of trend these examinations are following, you can expect questions of similar level in all these mocks. So we are offering this bundle for 5,000, and if you purchase it this month you can get 20% off on this. So the mocks shall be released when the notifications are announced. We have right now released the NMAT mocks, plus the free mock of CAT is available. You can take these mocks and see the quality of questions. And seeing a good response of this series, there have been a lot of students who are approaching us for a course on CAT. We already have CAT batches running, which I told, but if someone is interested to enroll in our crash course, we have planned to launch crash course in the month of September. So we will be announcing it on our Instagram page, on our Telegram channel, and our YouTube channel, of course. So please do subscribe to all these media so that you do not miss out on the announcement. And probably in September we shall come up with a crash course, a 2-month crash course, which will be intense preparation for the examination, and that will help you boost your scores in CAT and other MBA entrance examinations. So wait for the announcement on our channels, be it YouTube channel, Telegram group, or our Instagram channel. So this was today's class on mensuration, and we took up questions on 2D, 3D mensuration, including all kind of figures that are possible. And here are some questions for you to answer in the comments of this video. We have 5 questions. Let me see that how many of you get 5 on 5 correct in this quiz. And in order to get the PDF of this class, please join our Telegram group, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not yet subscribed to it. Please like this video, share it with your friends who are preparing for CAT, and keep watching this series to boost your preparation for CAT. So thanks for watching this video. Have a great day ahead. Goodbye.